Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Welcome, chat. It's hot. We can't bear it. Welcome, Soap, Danley, Spekitas, Crispin, Demon Sub, and Redverse.
Ignore me.
Olidokovic.
I've touched things by mistake.
There's Jerry, trying not to get stuck to things. Today, no brown lemonade. Sorry.
No brown lemonade.
No, we go with...
No wee in the dark. What's that? Look, apparently you're live now and there's a big fuck off square over it. There we go, that's got rid of it.
Hello,
Technology has
Tuffy.
been a bit bells tonight. There's no audio apparently, according to Spekitas.
What? No audio? Can't be. That must be on your side. I see myself going out. Spekitas, maybe you've muted the stream. Twitch is muted by default.
There's no point in telling him that.
Hello, Nick.
'Cause he
Yeah,
won't
I
be able
know.
to hear
Well, that's
that.
the fun part. Everybody else hears it and can laugh at him. And paint over the hole.
Yes, that's right, Soap. We were to ask Rumbly yet. We were discussing Nocturna's paint because I quite like the Vallejo versions of their paint sets, which they don't do anymore. But then I realized they'd done this new thing called N Paint, and we were talking about that and whether or not it was any good. And I found out that it was a Kickstarter. And as I was scrolling through all the Kickstarter comments to find out whether or not people had got it and whether it was any good, I'd noticed your name slap bang in the middle there, Rumbly it.
Rumbly
So-
isn't here already, is he? Oh, yeah, there he is.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
so-
I wouldn't be asking him this long, complicated question.
Well, he could just view the video.
No, but then he wouldn't be able to tell us anything. He likes them. That's interesting because I've seen some people complaining about it. I also seen that's made in England, which makes me wonder, or who's the company behind them? Obviously, they're similar paint pots to coat d'arms, but that doesn't mean much these days. They can come from anywhere. Similar to P3, but more matte. Am I going to have to get a set then? I deliberately didn't buy the Fairy Flesh set because they have one like that. But not all of the sets are directly equivalent to the Vallejo ones.
And you see people complaining on the internet. Isn't that the default by now? People complaining all the time.
Yeah, but there were people who got the paint sets through the Kickstarter and were going, some of the paints are separating them. No matter how much I mix them, the binder won't pull them back together again. So they're completely unusable as paint, but perfectly usable as a projectile.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your Superbacker can't. Oh my God.
Superbackers are the worst.
They fucking really are. Oh, Jesus.
Well, tonight is going to be a short show because I'm already glued to my seat.
I wouldn't even say, I would have went, it's going to be a short show because Rumbly, it's a Superbacker. There's only so much of them we can tolerate.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Anyway, okay, so yeah, so end paints are worth having a look at. I'm gonna have to think, especially because if they're made in England, there must be English suppliers. I've dropped my pencil that I just need to play with.
Maybe they're from the same company that makes the paints for Duncan.
Oh, I'm gone. No, that's American. It's Duncan's partner is another fella from Privateer Press who left when they all left. So it's the same people who make the P3 stuff in the States. Anyway, got my Cowboys from 3D Breeds. Ooh, pew.
Shall we then venture into the cold wastelands or whatever you have taken out of the project system?
Yeah, sure. Nocturna were the only Vallejos that had bogey lids on their dropper bottles for me. Splitting weed paint everywhere. I've been using the Forest Flesh one for sort of the Malefic Flesh, it's called, for some time, and I haven't noticed any difference between them and the regular ones. Oh, you just got fucked.
Hello,
Yeah, the Vallejo
Dalton
Nocturna
again.
were great. Hola, Lesson.
Lesson?
There's a random lesson on the internet in face page. If people find it, there's bonus points. If they can find where I've put the lesson. Went up today, just saying. The answer will surprise you.
Oh,
Anyway, right, okay.
we need surprises in our lives sometimes.
The Danes are sending me my paint sets despite me telling them to keep my paint sets until they were sending me other stuff. But they're panicking about not sending me an order out quickly enough. And they've already waited like a week or so. And so I think they're just going to send multiple parcels anyway, despite the fact I went and there's no point. Save yourself the postage, put it in with the package and stuff I'm paying. Why?
Send him all the stuff all at once.
Well, he chose not to. It's just how these things go. Anywho, no.
Battle report?
No.
How's that possible?
Oh, not just one, but two. Two battle reports.
Two for the price of one.
Guess can't. So, Denzine did something similar to me, which was set out all the shit he has for the Zulu War. And then pointed up in blood and steel and realised he has 5 to 6 times too much. But it gives you options, which is, it's key. Options are key. So, having pointed up his Zulus and his British, he just had to sort of trim them down to 200 points. And so we get 2 little photo narrative battle reports. Markers are markers.
Yeah.
Although,
it's just you wouldn't have for some odd reason wouldn't have used a Star Wars Legion marker for a Zulu war game.
Right. Would you use a Zulu War marker from another Zulu War game?
Oh, I may have just made up my own. But then again, if you play any Fantasy Flight /AMG game, you have so many markers you can bury your children with it.
Awesome to this. I was just telling Tim how I spent this afternoon after work, just going through the project system and just answering and talking to people in private projects again, like I fucking do. Weirdly, because he has the same Warlord Zulus that I do, and on like every sprue, there's a Zulu shield that's separate, not used for anything. I think he's used them somewhere for basing or something. I don't know, but I used mine for essentially markers, so I can throw them down and go fatigue or disruption or whatever it happens to be, depending on the system. Anywho.
Many suppression markers. That's
Yep. So if people are interested in seeing 2 little blood and steel games, one a British attack on a Zulu village and the other a British force being hit by a raiding party, then this has that, even with stripes on the melee bags. So that's obviously good.
Very nice painted stripes at that.
And also, it, in many respects, follows up last week's little question about how much is too much when it comes to doing a battle report. And these are both simple, I think 6-7 pictures, each with a couple of lines of text explaining what was happening. And just sort of runs you through there. So that's kind of cool. And
some nice army shots.
Yes. That's from when he was working out what he's got. Look, there's Natal native contingent. Look at them. God bless their cotton socks, carabiners, with their pointy hats that you can stick post-it notes onto.
That's a lot of minis.
And even naval. And why do we have naval? We have naval because the naval had at least one Gatling gun. Gas cans.
Going daka 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 daka.
Zulus, not so much. Not so much. Oh, that there, which is just a flyer for the Men Who Would Be Kings Samurai Edition from Edinburgh University. North Star got the stock of that in today. So if you've pre-ordered it, it will be shipping out sometime the next couple of days, which is nice. Isn't that nice? That was posted on May 22nd. It's nice how everything comes full circle. That's how we plan these shows.
Well, painting guides. Painting guides are always nice.
Painting guides to the maddest wars. How mad were the wars? Well, this one was the maddest.
Did it include a Mad Hatter?
Might have done.
This project has been going on for some time. So we're at August 21.
Well, I'm not. because I've been in this project quite a bit. It's not my fault you've not been here. I'm certainly here for the battle reports for Blood and Steel. The fact that you're just Johnny come lately, shocking, absolutely shocking.
A wizard is never late, but I
Yes,
am
he is.
occasional.
All the fucking time.
Yes, pretty much all time in my life. Fun story
Terrible Gandalf.
today.
Look, there's the Alamo. What?
Who? Where?
Okay.
What?
Hello?
Yes. Fun fact today, I've had a complete day with almost no internet to speak of, which was weirdly relaxing and frightening at the same time.
Oh.
For some odd reason, the ISP of my workplace is going complete bonkers since Saturday.
Awesome.
There's no internet to speak of.
And the best part is you probably don't really need the internet for work anyway, so you can just have a day piece-free.
Well,
Is that how that works?
Technically, I don't need to, because then nobody
There you
breaks stuff. But other
Excellent.
people
See?
like
Okay.
to get their emails from customers and partners.
But fuck them.
But the fun thing is, I can't do shit about it because the ISP is completely down. There's an outage.
Oh, what a shame. Nah, be like that one in Canada that stopped everything from working. Rogers,
similar.
was that what it was called? I want to say it was called Rogers. I don't know who Roger is. Why he's taking all the internet away.
Because he's a cunt.
Oh, what
He's
prick.
a not nice Canadian.
What a terrible, terrible bastard. For the backbone here for a medical centre, for a few of the hospitals.
Yeah, that's a very important thing to have a backbone.
You say that.
Having no backbone makes sitting upright really hard.
Yeah, but octopuses get on with it.
Yeah, but
Don't
they
hear
don't
them
need.
crying.
Yeah, they don't need sitting. They just wobble around, being all blobby-like.
Don't have to be blobby.
So, Denzian, great stuff. You're making one Juddy very happy with battle reports, which is always a good thing.
Made me very happy. It also kind of annoyed me because I don't have any of the Zulu rope hats. You've got 3. I don't have any, so I don't see how that's.
You could just
Don't see how that's fair.
Let them send them to you.
Well, I could just buy my own. You know.
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah, Rogers is like the Canadian equivalent of Vodafone, so nothing like Buck Rogers then. Played by the awesome Gil Gerard. What a fucking legend. Shall we?
Yes, Saga.
Oh, good choice. Timberley.
Warhammer Grimm's.
That's his name. Don't wear it out. This was what he started a little while ago and kind of went away for a while. But he's returned. Returned.
Oh no.
Oh no?
A blank page. Oh no.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about that. That's deliberate.
Double entry.
Might not be double entry, but I'm going
all
to say
the
it's
same.
deliberate. I mean, it's nothing. Oh, Vienna.
What are these pictures called? I can't make the name out. The colours. Paints.
They're Rackham paints from the famous company Rackham, purveyors of the best fantasy miniatures ever.
Also, I see. So it's Rackham colour, but they spelled it wrong.
They were French.
Oh God.
So it's probably not their fault. What's it they say about French? Cover half of the word and pronounce only the vowels you can see when squinting. That's how you speak French. Anyway.
Hola.
So if you've not been here before, and we have, so you should have been, interesting little project about Saga and getting stuck into it, specifically for the late Roman. The very first part of the project had some really nice links in it to various websites and articles and stuff, and also companies producing miniatures that would work for late Roman. So he got his hands on some stuff to put his force together. There's also, if you can't be arsed going off page, quite relatively detailed but short to a certain extent, sort of histories of the areas, the buildings, the peoples in and around Britain, when the Romans were there slapping people around, and then post that into the actual building, basing a lot of it around the gripping base plastics. And this is where we come swinging back in with the updated painted stuff.
I like the way he painted the shields. With the dirty outside and the bright red inside.
It's that weathered, quick and nasty sort of paint job. It's like the Dallimore 3 colors. Your highlights get progressively layered over top. You don't go for blending and stuff. You just get the stuff down. And since so many people use Little Big Man shield designs, it's nice when you see somebody doing something different. I say that fully in the knowledge that I've got about £50 of Little Big Man shield designs for my own Arthurian Britons. So I will 100% not be going that way, but I like it. Hi, Dave.
Yeah. Dave, hi. Just as he said, I was going to point out, have you noticed Amidala just shooting through that?
Where do you think the hole came from?
Yeah, probably right. Never put a wall in front of a woman. Especially if she's got a laser.
Yeah, because that's the big thing. She has got a laser and everybody else has got spears and maybe a ballista, which isn't going to be up to much. So core infantry, as far as the fighters go, the sort of the warriors and Hearthguard, next unit to be painted, having returned to it, are some bowmen, which normally would be levy. I think the late Romans, depending on how you run them, it's potentially they could actually be a warrior unit. I could just reach up to the book there and find out for certain, but I mean, who's got the time?
And where's the fun in that? Let people guess. Educate yourself, lazy kids.
Well, very much so. But you'll be able to educate yourself with a fuckload of links and some reading in there if you've not been on that one before. But I really like it, and I'm glad that he's come back, because the sort of the update in July was the first since January, so there'd been a bit of a pause for like half a year. So
yeah. Also, I like them for the simple fact that they allow me to use my favorite button again.
The Foamy the Squirrel.
That's also one of my favorites. Fuck you.
Just checking.
Yes, if you run them, they might not be late.
Terrible mouse things. Pete, are they there? The Rackham range.
Pete, welcome. Rackham color. Yes, this is only the second project, and already the heat gets to me. Horrible.
Yeah, well, you know. Sucks to be. Did I mention we had rain the past 2 days? It's been fucking amazeballs.
We had rain in the early day, and then it went up to 32 degrees again.
Oh, that's shit. Oh man, I wouldn't have any of that.
It's like steaming sauna outdoor.
Oh, that's just pish, as they say in France.
Yes. RNBC is doing 11C Spain Spring Clean Challenge 20C. What? Can somebody explain this to me?
11C, 11th century, Spain.
Oh!
Spring Clean Challenge for the 21st century. Or this year.
Odd.
He has a little YouTube channel where he occasionally puts stuff up. He's not done anything really since that historic painting. Did see this right at the beginning of the painting challenge. Actually, it wasn't. It was in April, so midway through the painting challenge. And we'd seen he'd got the archers done. Project's now listed as complete. We do get to see there wasn't an update in between, but there is just like some army shots and stuff at the end. So you get to see exactly what he's done, which really makes me want to buy some museum miniatures to add to my Muslim forces for the what do you call them? Yeah, Islamic forces for the Crusades, because they look quite nice, but I don't know how they compare size-wise to my Legio Heroica. Look at them with their dolly mixture ways, all their colours. A cavalcade of colours. It's just him painting and chatting as he goes there.
Wifely interlude.
Yeah. He comes in and starts chatting to him about things. It's good. I approve.
Oh, speaking of the
Not as
wife
fat as Essex.
interjects. Today I've heard an interview with a German YouTuber who's very fond of playing. I almost said Star Wars Legion. Fallout Wasteland Warfare,
Right?
and he's got every miniature that they have brought out until this date, and everyone is painted. Only mini he's not having is the Liberty
Giant
Prime.
robot.
Yeah.
Is that the giant robot? 'Cause
Yes,
it's a
that's the
ridiculous
giant
price.
robot. And the reason is, and now strap on, his wife says that thing is ugly. That doesn't come into our house.
I know there's a giant robot, and I knew it had a stupid price tag. I honestly cannot tell you what the fuck it looks like.
It looks like, you know, the animated movie, the friendly giant robot thing? Just imagine a 50s cartoon robot with a bucket head and a tin-like body. That's Liberty Prime. Only that you have mini nukes at the
Sure.
back. So, Iron Giant, yeah, that's the movie. Thank you, Loco.
I've never watched it, but
Dutch,
I know
welcome.
it because I've seen pictures of it.
Yeah, so that's basically how Liberty Prime looks, just a little bit more like an American war robot.
Anyway, open more of the picture ones from Project Fin, which means finished in French. Once again, honey, honey, honey. Especially open the. I like the close-ups of the horses, Cavara, but just the big fuck off.
Oh no,
Here's my
blind
army.
spearmen. So many blind spearmen.
Yeah, they're not blind.
Oh yeah, they got 3 dots on their shield. Does that make this? Is that the international sign of this person is blind?
No, red and white striped cane is that they're either a barber or they're blind. I think it's a
Tiny
white
horse.
stick for blind, red and white for deaf and blind, possibly.
Could be. Or,
Somebody asked Daredevil. Get around to opening the big picture with them all finished off, and for fuck's sake, man, you're killing me here. I've got to open up my screen. There we go. Jesus.
That's a lot of miniatures.
Look how awesome that looks. Based for something DPXy, probably be kind of everything. Look at it. Wow. It was almost enough to make me want to lift mine down off the shelf and put some paint on them.
But just barely.
Oh, thankfully I lay down until that wore off. But I really need to get back to them. I've little Bagman shield transfers for those. Fucking 15mm shields. The fuck was I thinking there? Some of which will have to have their fucking bosses punched out. No, you wouldn't. You'd love them because not one of them is made of Seocast soap. They're all metal. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, 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 nom.
And horses with weird antennas.
Well, those aren't 15mm, those are 28mm. Those are Ralpartha elves.
Oh.
Being all elfy.
He got a bit distraction with the Ralpartha restoration. Well then.
Yep. And why not? I mean, once you've painted a full Andalusian army, to stop the Reconquista, then why not finish it off with some elves? Look, with antlers on their shields and everything.
Yeah, could be. I'm dying.
And I don't know if the blue and yellow pennants are specifically there for Ukraine, but I'm going to imagine that's what they're there for.
Yeah, I say the likelihood of that being a political statement is very high.
Well, also they're elves. They like bright garish colours, so could go either way. No cows? No, fuck no. No cows here. Here, no cows.
Take no Games Workshop, yeah.
Better on their shields than on their helmets. Spanky, that's fucking genius. Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Nope.
So
Hot? Are you hot? Is it hot? I wonder if he's going to fall off the chair before he gets to the end of this.
no, because
we're
the
halfway
chair,
through. I mean, it's not too
the
bad.
chair is comfy and I've got my side support, so I may go limp. Just my head will cock, but then
Oh. Wow.
then you need to watch me go all pale blue.
That'd be awesome.
Next project then, please.
Challenging wank.
Wasn't that in an episode of what's that thing called again?
10 Cats Do Countdown. It was the amazing Sean Locke discussing having a wank over
the
what's
girl,
the girl's name who does
yeah.
the numbers on Countdown.
No, wasn't it number? Didn't she just dress up in a weird way for skiing?
Yes.
And that's a challenging
but the reason she's on the show is because she does the numbers and letters.
Yeah,
specifically the numbers. Rachel, there we go. Thank you, Dave.
Let slip a dog of war. Irish Steve.
Yeah. The man with two names.
Never heard of them.
Genuine Steve or Irish Vision. Is for some unknown reason doing some sort of massive dog.
Well, as far as I know, he's going to be a dad soon, so he needs a dog to get out of the house, to get away from wife and kid.
Pretty much. It's probably the last time he's allowed to paint something. After this, it'll just be changing nappies. Divorced at the board? No more. She's too busy selling life insurance to old people.
What's the use of that? Old people are already old. You need insurance for young people.
Nah.
They bring in more money.
It's not how that works.
See, this is what totally irritates me about Forge World models. You pay a crap ton of money, and you need massive hardware to assemble it.
Well, you know, depending on the kit from any manufacturer, if that's two massive chunks of resin that have to go tied together, chances are you're going to be doing something similar anyway, regardless. I have a set of those trigger clamps as well, just in case, because you never know. But yeah, interesting little project from the Steve-O. There's something he does there where he's got 3 pins in a row, which is weird. Because whenever I have to pin a very large piece of resin like that, or a very large piece of anything, I don't do them in vertical or horizontal row because then you can get twisting. So I always do a triangle. Put 3 points and it stops rotation whenever you're putting things on. Especially if it's so fucking big.
It limits the bobbly bits.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Forge World Chunky Warpage. I can't remember who it was. Ben mentioned the new things came in Forge World resin, not Failcast. And somebody's called Forge World resin isn't great. I was like, yeah, but if the alternative was Failcast, then it is. I mean, it's shit.
It's a step up.
I can think of so many better companies in resin. There's like a dozen just sitting beside me here from various companies that are all fucking awesome. But if your baseline is Failcast, so fucking anything is up from there. Rice Krispie Square would be up from there as far as actual design. There you go.
Well, this is obviously something he has had on his back burner for ages.
Yeah, it's been kicking around forever and a day.
4 years.
Yeah. So I just quite like the fact that he seems to have found whatever box it was hiding in and is going back to it. I will point out that pilot and crew were painted right at the fucking start. 4 years ago, that was the only thing that was done. So don't get excited when you see them back there at the top. That's not a new piece of painting. But maybe, just maybe, we might see the rest of it up and running at some stage.
Yeah, I think in my mind, he was cleaning up some space, and his wife said, either you're painting this or you're selling this. We need the space.
Oh, yeah. Fuck it. At that price, may as well do something with it. 300 foot long instead.
It's still only a fighter. What a billion suns.
That's true.
Yes.
Could be an assault boat.
Steve, get on with it. Paint the massive piece of resin warpage.
Speaking of massive flying ships.
Looper 15. Flyhawk Bismarck. What is Flyhawk? Is that the manufacturer?
I believe it is the manufacturer. So this is just the very initial part. And it's not, obviously it's a boat. Nobody really likes boats. Just saying, Commodore Rob, boating is shit. But it's interesting because I want to see where Looper goes from here. It's the first time he's done a scale kit. He's already put in, the note like Games Workshop spoils you. And that's always an interesting comment to see. Simply because of the instructions and how things go together. But also because it is very small and he's having to use brass etched stuff.
I was going to say he's if this is his first kit and he's starting with brass etched detailing, that's a steep learning curve.
Sink or swim, I think is the phrase. Sink or swim.
This is more a fly or die on impact.
Well, I thought sink or swim made more sense because it was a boat.
Well, yeah, can't really argue about that.
Yeah, I quite like the guns with the brass barrels. They're kind of cool.
Yeah, I think they won't bend and break so easily like plastic would do.
Oh yeah, brass rod and brass tubing is just fucking amazeballs. But yeah, just a little interesting one for people who want to see somebody getting stuck into a scale model kit and their trials and tribulations, I imagine, and swearings, so much swearings.
While we are on the subject of scale modeling, since I was 12, so for 35 years now, I've been using Revell glue with a tip.
Yes, needle applicator.
The needle applicator, yeah. And I never thought there would be anything better. Oh boy, was I wrong.
Wow.
Why didn't anybody tell me sooner?
You never asked.
This is a godsend. Tamiya extra thin cement.
It's good. I don't know why people refuse to just buy the chemicals. Buy the chemicals. Just fucking buy them.
It has a brush?
No, I just take a GW brush and use it because they're for fuck all use for anything else. Just dip it in and brush away.
Yeah, I guess it's more a convenience thing because my hobby supplier has this in stock and not the chemicals. So
I mean, I've got it as well, but the chemicals, just buy the chemicals. I think this is, what size is this? What size is Tamiya? It's probably going to give it in fluid ounces.
40 mil.
Oh, thank fuck for that. 40 mil. I think for the same price you can get 500 mil of the chemicals. I'm just saying, chemicals are great and they smell so awesome. I've been huffing them all day doing stuff.
The bottle won't cause cancer, but potentially the inside.
Well, weirdly, it does say that they may cause cancer, but generally everything causes cancer, so I do ignore them.
No, doesn't say on German. Only says might irritate. Do not inhale. Do not put on your skin.
Excellent, because everybody uses an extractor fan and a full fucking N4 gas mask when using polystyrene cement. We all do. We all have for years, haven't we? No, we don't.
We are all very responsible hobbyists.
I'm not. I huff the paint all the time. I seen somebody saying the other day in your unofficial thingy thing, I think it was Limburger actually, was explaining to somebody how you clear the nozzle on the needle with flame. And somebody else was saying, I didn't know that. And I just have one criticism to make there. Limburger says you pull the needle out and then use it. No, if you hold the Revel thing and then you light the flame and move it up and down and then press, you get a little flamethrower effect and it clears out. It's fucking great. And that's how you clear out those.
Yeah, you also clear out your loft that way if you're not careful.
No. I know, because it's like little pitter patters. It's like a centimeter and a half long flame. Cool.
Yeah, but then again, I did all the Frost Gravy Warriors with it. I love it. It's just awesome.
EMA gets you the bottle and then you get the stuff and refill. Exactly, Soup. And you do need weirdly, the jerry can talks about it this week is what I was using it for. But it's an organic chemical, so you need a brown bottle or you need to, I was going to say insulate, but outsulate. Mask the bottle off with tin foil or something to stop sunlight getting at it, because being a ketone, it'll break down. And everybody hates organic chemistry.
Yes, but why?
I don't think this bottle says it will cause cancer. But pretty much everything does. But I know, I think government warning or government health agencies say it possibly will. But literally, if you can't find something that says it would cause cancer, then you're not looking hard enough. Literally, fucking everything does. Salt, that'll cause cancer. Trans fats, that'll cause cancer. Non-trans fats, cancer.
Spanky Taz, wearing a gas mask isn't a challenging wank for some people. It's a
No,
fetish.
it's the best way. Yeah.
So, shall we
Like
continue?
Jesus. Jesus died from a strangle wank. Strangle wank. Jesus died. What? Have you never heard that Jesus died from a strangle wank song by
No,
the
I
Cats?
didn't.
Oh man, you Google that one later on. Everybody at home, YouTube, Jesus died from a strangle wank. It's fucking great.
Oh,
Remain
gosh.
indoors.
I will die tonight.
Not from cancer though.
No, heat stroke. Let's go back to browsing so people can see what it is. And also, what did you say?
That's
remain
true,
indoors?
Chris, but I completely forgot that one. Poor old Michael Douglas, huh? Yeah,
Yes.
Anvil.
That's a name I don't recognize.
No. Exciting and new.
New to the party, unspoiled.
Virginal. Cancer-free. But
Not
trying
for
to get
long.
through their Sisters of Battle backlog. I was looking at my sisters. I was looking at my sister with my Dark Eldar recently. I was like, I'm never going to fucking play with them, but I don't want to get rid of them. Like, maybe one-page rules. Maybe I'll just do a fuckload of battle reports on the channel using one-page rules and an old fucking lead Sisters of Battle.
You know what we
against
need?
lead Harlequins.
We need a gaming system that is actually weighing your miniatures. So the heavier your unit is, the harder it hits.
How amazing would that be?
And then someone turns up with an army of lead dreadnoughts.
Oh, well, for sci-fi, certainly a lead dreadnought's the way to go. I've only got 2 lead dreadnoughts left.
What's the biggest battle miniature you can think of?
Out of my unit of 28 Dragon Ogres, 13 of them are lead. Oh, that was an amazing force. That was one unit, which was also the whole army. Fucking brutal. People used to love me feeling that, and by love me feeling that, I mean would cry and go home.
That's an angry lady, if I ever saw one.
Well, she's seen some shit. I think it's a phrase.
For some odd reason, the hair color and the skin color reminds me of that weird internet meme. That's ma'am. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do know the one you're talking about, yeah. Classic. But yeah, interesting little force. Especially the colour scheme they've decided to go with. Because it kind of has a non-metallic Argent Shroud sort of, steely feel to them. Which I don't know if that was deliberate or just whatever way they decided to go with it. I haven't looked near any of the new Sisters of Battle books because, quite frankly, why the fuck would I waste my money? So I think they've expanded it beyond the 6 original convents into 1,000 or more, a la Space Marines. So fuck only knows who they are. But I really like it, especially because you never see. Well, once again, haven't seen the new Sisters Battle book, so again, don't know, don't care. But you never saw blue on Sisters, which makes it so unique for me. Black, red, white, metal. Those were the colours. Every convent chapter could be painted in those colours in some form or another. So just seeing the blue is just fucking. It's very French.
The blue reminds me of something, but I think
The French.
no, I think it's wasn't there a high elf army back in the day at Warhammer Fantasy Battle that was blue and silver?
There were certainly the High Elves who were white with quite a lot of blue, and then fuckloads of silver.
Maybe that's where my brain is
'Cause
going.
like the Japanese, white is the color of mourning. So if you're going to get killed on a battlefield, already being your funeral dress. I think that's been retconned as well. I'm fairly certain fucking the elves running by the place in all sorts of colors now as well.
And I think the what's the
There you go.
third
Look,
release?
blue and gold. There you go. See, French, screaming French. Can't get more French than blue with a gold fleur-de-lis on it.
Nope.
It's literally Louis.
Oh, we don't get to see what kind of awesome drugs are taken. Yes, so I was very much disappointed on that as well. I thought we'd get some inspiration on what you need to stuff into yourself to be a person liking Games Workshop.
Coke, a lot of Coke. Because if you can afford Coke, you can afford to keep up to date with the codexes.
I think Coke was the thing for Fantasy Flight.
Well, they've got to get it from somewhere.
Oh, that's true.
But you're mistaken supply and demand there. Fantasy Flight supplies it, but they're not the consumers.
So you need Fantasy Flight games to be a fan of Games Workshop.
Don't know what the fuck those are. Zephyrim squads. Nuns with shields and halberds. But yeah, sure. Interesting.
It is a very nice made project so far. I'm looking forward how that turns out at the end.
Oh yeah. I'd like to see a big army shot once they're all up and running.
Indeed.
I mean, we've got one in the banner picture, but presumably there must be a way of giving us bigger, better, happier, more productive ones.
Let's see. Can we do... Now, what are you doing? Stupid.
I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if those are his, though. They look like they might be, because they have a base rim to them. But at the same time, the shields on the halberdy people in the upper picture, I don't know if they're the same dark bronze or brass, whatever the fuck that colour is.
No.
That the shields have in the inner. But it's difficult to tell with metallics. Anyway.
Maybe that's just the army that inspired him to make his own in that way.
Be. No way to know for certain. We could ask, but, you know, how could we do that? Just no way.
Yeah.
No way we can.
Absolutely no way in hell. Shame. Shame.
Nuns never surrender.
Nuns with guns don't.
No, any nuns. Any members of the clergy are double-hard bastards. I would, you know, if I wanted to take the beaches on D-Day, I would have just sent in a fucking battalion of Christian brothers. Fuck me. They would have tore through that defensive line. Just saying.
Oh, God.
Wrapping things up.
In a big Christmassy style, Hutch is doing stuff. Not only restocking his thingamajig hobby room.
Oh, no, Christian brothers are vicious bastards. Now, if you told them there were kids in Berlin defending it, they would have hammered through all the intervening fucking miles of countryside to get to them as well. Yeah, we looked at Hutchs Stuff a while ago in its own separate little Macedonian project, but this one has completed things. So we have the Macadamians, but we also have stuff from alternative armies for the old Slaughterloo and things like that. So there's a couple of treats for you at the bottom, Tim, but you've got to buy, you've got to earn it, you've got to get there. But yeah, it's quite nice because he's just sort of
spiky bits.
Just lining it all up. Yeah, look at that. That is how nature intended. Fuck yeah. Steel
or copper pointy sticks.
Oh yeah, steel. No point
And
using copper. Too bendy.
and a fuck ton of transfers for the shields.
Yes. Not from Little Big Man. I think he got his from Vinny Vinny Bucci. Bam. Motherfucker. Bam.
More horses.
Oh, you're getting stuck just on the macadamians. You're not even going to get any further if you're not careful. You should just like do a little selection, like maybe some
God.
infantry and then a cavalry.
What
Before.
That's a
Yeah,
shot.
Yeah. That's an okay shot, but the shot above where he's just got the camera like ground level and just all the macadamian spear just all fucking lined up. That's how you can. If anybody ever wants to know why pike should get an additional modifier when people are shooting at them, that is why. The fucking fighting hedgehog, you're not getting an arrow dropping through that fucking forest. Anyway, I digress. Look at it. Fuck it. It is masterfully. That isn't a challenging wank. I have absolutely no problem knocking one off to that. Anyway,
What?
the Grand Army then for Slaughterloo.
Doggos on horses.
Yep.
Is this some kind of weird sci-fi fantasy game that I'm not aware of?
Why would you not be aware of it? I'm confused.
Because I'm an ignorant cunt.
Yeah, but you watched The Weekender. We talked about alternative armies 2 or 3 years ago, about Slaughterloo and Flintlock, where the British are all orcs and the French are all elves, and other races are other things. There's even Kittons now from their Asia, Japan sort of samurai kitten things. I love that. Instead of Le Hay Saint for Waterloo, you've got the Hay Saint, the big fuck off pub with their sign up the side. Sweet. It's punnage like that keeps me coming back for more. And again, a monumental amount of figures, all painted up, ready to play.
That's the most disturbing thing about this. This is all painted. So much paint.
I can't remember who Prussia was. It's been so long since I've gone through it. I never got any further into it than Flintlock and fucking around with the Sharpie stuff.
Oh, and just look at this, his lovely storage solution.
Don't. I started looking at his storage solutions earlier and started counting the cases and boxes and stuff behind there, and it's fucking frightening.
A wee bit, but just a wee bit.
Absolutely frightening. But yeah.
So we have.
I mean, if you've got the room.
5 on the table.
No, I lost count around about 40 odd.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. It says Gaslight, Tomb Kings.
Yes, and then above that are 9 Reaper boxes, and then there's another picture that has a different wall that's filled with KR multi-cases, and then there's another picture where you can see another set of Reaper stuff and more KR multi-cases on top shelf. Literally, I didn't, because it was just making me go, holy fuck balls. And at the same time, I'm also going, but if I actually painted my shit and had somewhere to display it, I would be in exactly the same situation. So I don't feel as bad.
Yeah, you still have goals. Legion! Star Warsies.
See, I told you there was something for you as well, not just me. See how generous I am? I am a beneficent god.
Never doubted you.
But yeah.
Oh, and I think here's someone who's doing even less paint on bases than I do.
Hey, to each their own. Obviously, you're the worst. But I will say, in the grand scheme of things, when John painted the stuff for the studio, because they sent it out and we literally had a day to paint it before we had to film it to get it out, because they sent it so fucking late, all of the bases of the studio stuff that we game with is painted flat dark grey. It's exactly the same as that. So you know what they say? Otters in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Hi, Greystoke. You are just in time because we're almost about to finish. There's dead soon.
Greystoke, welcome.
I don't know if you were in earlier whenever I was gashing over your stuff, by the way. Wow.
I'm just about to die of heat stroke, I think. I'm going to say that until it's not happening and people will be disappointed, I know, but...
It's the only reason we're still here. It's just to see you keel over.
Next week is another possibility of me just dropping dead on camera.
Awesome. It's
Oh
only
yeah,
one
and
reason I
this
keep
is
turning
where
up
we last week been with him
the Maximilian
reorganizing
stuff.
his stuff.
Yeah.
Ah, lovely stuff.
So it's so nice that he's been in there and threw out some more stuff. And with the amount of kit he's got painted and obviously all the room he has there to play games, kind of expect more battle reports, to be perfectly honest. I'm not saying that he's doing badly. I'm just saying
He
give us
also
a battle
could
report.
he also could do a panning video shot of his hobby room so that we can see all of his things in one place and count how many
That's
boxes he has.
very voyeuristic, though, isn't it?
Yes, but
Gives
people come here and tell
while play
tell
Barry
me
White music over it.
they want to see us in a hot tub so I can want to see their hobby spaces. I think that's fair.
Hutchs, Greystoke, although we'll also see yours. I mean, look at that. We don't even get a picture of that. Just above the big stock take is a fucking coliseum with the sails over the top for a retractable roof to shade yourself. I mean,
wasn't that a project he did?
Yeah, but I would have thought they'd been in here as well, in the big stock take where everything else is being categorized and stuff. Maybe it'll come next. Maybe there'll be a whole gladiatorial bit and we'll get to see it then when it gets added. And the ships, well, yeah, the only reason he's done the rigging is they're so massive. You couldn't do them on small ships. That would be insane.
It would indeed.
Actually, I don't think there's that much on. There's a bit of rigging on.
Oh. 360 panoramic video, death by vinegar stroke.
Oh, I think I'm turning Japanese. Oh, yeah. But yeah, that was very brief this week because some German can't take the heat.
Yeah, I can't. I'm glued to the seat by now.
I'm saying nothing. I've been bitching about the heat for the last 2 weeks and we haven't got over like 26 degrees in Ireland. It's still been too much.
Yeah, and we have 26 degrees indoors right now, and there's
above
30 outside.
Oh,
so.
I would murder someone. I would fucking murder them.
Who
no
says
ifs, no
I
buts.
didn't?
Straight to murder. Just saying.
Who says I didn't murder anybody?
Oh, that's right. I unplugged that. I'll have to see that later on. But I imagine that looks awesome for a jerry can. Don't mind me.
Yeah, people try not to die in this heat. Stay hydrated. Remain indoors.
35. No ships should have magic seals. Well, True. But what about that Treasure Island 2043 or whatever the fuck it was called?
That's technically a spaceship. And also even Flying Dutchman and the likes of those ships don't have rigging.
Yeah, but only because it's full of dead people.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they don't care about rigging. Maybe we're all dead too, and we just don't know it. We're all like the tiny tiny wee little man, free little man. What was it called again? The ones from Terry Pratchett. Yeah, those ones, the blue ones, with the tiny skirts. I'm going to bail.
Oh, and on that racist note.
MacLeod? No, I don't think so.
That's the family name of those ones in particular, but we know there are other clans of the wee free men. Anyway.
Wee free man. Oh, okay. Yes.
I did say that, but the heat's obviously getting to you.
Yeah, and also I don't listen to anybody anymore.
Apparently not. You're
Who's
very
talking?
Marsha. It's all you. It's Marsha.
And it's also a very cold shower for me now. Jerry, I thank you for being here. Chat, hello. Hopefully see you again next week. If you're going onto my YouTube channel, welcome to the sweatpants. See you a lot next week.
Yeah, and if you're on YouTube, don't forget Jesus died from a strangle wank.
Strangle wank.